Pisces, hello and welcome to Gena Moon. This is your new timeline reading for this week. This video is also sponsored by Psychic Source, and I'll tell you all about their amazing offer at the end of the reading. If you would like to watch the link to the extended, you can find the link to the extended down in the description box below. You can also find it in the first comment that I've pinned down below as well. And in the extended is where we dive deeper into this entire situation, the entire reading. We get all the clarifications, all the details, and more importantly than anything else, we go into the other person's energy. So again, the link to that is down below. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can also find the link down there. Without further ado, let's jump right into your reading because these energies have been intense. I have been reminding you guys that they will be staying intense for the entire month, because it's almost as if the cosmos, the universe, is stepping in and saying, I'm no longer whispering what you need to do. It's coming in with a roar, expecting changes, closing out karmic cycles. And there are destined doorways that are opening up for you as well. So let's see what these turning points are leading you to during this time. And you are starting with the dominant energy of the drum roll. Ooh, you know, a lot of signs have been getting this one. Lots of signs. Because again, the energies are intense. This is where the ground starts cracking open, right? And you have to decide which way will you go, because if you stay in the middle, it'll be your demise, right? But I see here 15 days from today, from the day that you watch this reading, that's when the turning point will close out, because the turning point is starting right now. These energies are very intense in the cosmos because they are pushing you towards change. Now, you could be dealing with the sign of Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, whatever sign this is, but you have here none other than temptation. And this is the devil. So the devil is coming in and tempting you. There's a tempting offer, there's a tempting situation that is drawing you back in. And for others, it's wanting to keep you stuck, right? Because you see that fireball that he's holding behind him? This situation, person, place, thing, they're only showing you the front side, which looks attractive. I mean, he's got six-pack abs there. It's attractive, it's enticing. But right behind him, there's a fireball. So this is your decision, temptation, because if you step into temptation or stay there, this is where this devil throws that fireball. And you won't even see it coming, because this fireball is blinding, right? Now let's see. You're starting off with very intense energies. But I feel very strongly that this is because there's a test here, right? Temptation. Could be a karmic test. Let's find out. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, comment down below letting me know how these readings resonate for you. And of course, turn on that notification bell. Make sure that it turns black, because if it doesn't, I've heard you guys saying that you guys are not getting the notification bell. So make sure it turns black. And of course, if you do enjoy these readings, make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. Because when you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps support me and it helps support the channel. All right, let's go ahead and tune in, because these energies are already starting off very intense. Okay. Yeah, get comfortable. This is going to be This is going to be a very, very interesting one. You could be dealing with the sign of Virgo. I see the sign of Libra as well. The previous ones that I mentioned. Taurus energy. Whatever other sign it is that you are dealing with or will be dealing with. Doesn't have to be necessarily any of these. But I see that, again, you're at a crossroads, right? I just described that to you. I feel that there is something related to a karmic test. You're standing there and you're having to make a decision, right? I told you, the ground underneath your feet is cracking open. Will you go left? Will you go right? Will you stay? Will you go into the future, something new? Let's see, because right now I see that you are still holding on to an illusion. There's something here that you're holding on to. And it's not holding steady on its own, right? It needs of your hand, your help, to keep this situation going. Because if you were to drop it, it wouldn't sustain itself. Right? For some of you guys, this could be love, a relationship. This could be career, family, finances, friends, a personal matter, your health, whatever else. This is a general reading, so take the reading how it resonates for you. Remember that roles can also be reversed. But I will still read it how I see it. Now, whether this is love, career, whatever this is a very, very crucial moment. Because this decision isn't just any small, day-to-day decision, right? Oh, what do I feel like eating today? And then you're on your way to the restaurant and you change your mind. So you're like, oh no, I'd rather have tacos instead of, who knows, Chinese food, right? It's not one of those. Because this decision is requiring your patience and your planning. Why? Why can't it be just one of those, quick decisions? Because whatever decision you make is going to cement the situation, and you will not be able to change it. Okay? That's why it's crucial that you pay attention. We're going to see how this is playing a role for you throughout the reading, because this is a very important decision. Okay? I see that right now. You don't feel grounded. You don't feel that something or yourself or someone, there's a lack of stability. There's a lack of you kind of knowing where this is going, right? For some of you, this could be affecting even your finances. For others, it's affecting your sense of safety. You don't feel safe because the ground is cracking open. It hasn't opened yet, but you're feeling it. Right? It's like you're standing on the cement, the ground, and there's an earthquake. We will see what this is all about when we clarify, but I see that you are dealing with an outside energy, and this outside energy for some could be a Virgo, doesn't have to be, whatever sign this is, but I see that it's difficult for this individual to really reflect on what they've done, how they act, what they do, what they don't do. It's difficult for them to take responsibility for their actions, inactions, and the way that they are making you feel. Because this type of energy, person, place, thing, love, career, family, friends, whatever, whoever this is, it's an outside energy. They go about life in a way where They say things, act in ways that can be hurtful sometimes. They can be overly critical sometimes as well. And they do not see how that affects you. But I'm seeing that it's already affecting you, whether you are acknowledging this or not. For some, this is already happening, and for others, it's about to. In the recent past, you are coming through as taking a step back, retreating into your own world. For some, you did this because there was some kind of a breakup. For others, some separation. And for others of you, there was a sense here of uncertainty. Fears, doubts started to creep in, and you pulled back your energy. For some of you, you weren't even feeling good. It's like something here in the recent past was affecting you, even on a physical level. Right? Illness, you didn't feel good. Maybe you had headaches, nausea. And even though you knew exactly why, a part of you was still kind of resistant towards acknowledging it. But I see that you still took a step back. You weren't taking action. You weren't doing anything, but you were thinking about it still. You were thinking about it. There was something there about, something was on your mind. I feel that there were some fears, doubts, and insecurities, like I said. Because you have a very powerful imagination, But sometimes, and I'm seeing it happening here, sometimes you use that imagination to create, instead of galaxies, which is what you can create, you create horror stories. So we have yet to figure this out, right? Because there's still this devil showing up here as an illusion, as a trap. Something here that wants to keep you trapped or reel you in, tempting you. It looks good on the outside. It feels good, but is it actually good for you? Right? Now, in the recent past, you were dealing with an outside energy, and they are coming through. Wow. Okay. Very generous, very loving, very giving in their feminine energy, right? Whether a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Just kind of like, kind, comforting. For some, it could have been a mother figure. It doesn't have to be. But you saw growth. They presented themselves as there's potential here with them to grow something, right? A relationship, a friendship, a career, an idea, some kind of growth. But if that was the case, why did you take a step back? Was it fear? Anxiety? Too good to be true? Or did they actually do something? Let's see. We'll figure it out. Right here, right now, in your present moment. Okay. You are very happy. You're coming through as, for some, you're in a commitment. For others, it's the desire of being in one, right? In a union. And if this is anything other than love, in some kind of way where you feel like that would bring you joy and happiness and fulfillment. A lot of passion here, a lot of passion. The outside energy is coming through just as passionate as you. Lots of passion, lots of movement forward. Progress. Is it the illusion of progress, or is that actually what's happening? because the devil is still there and I cannot unsee that, right? For some of you, there's someone here or something that you feel might be moving a little fast and you're kind of doubting it. Your fears are starting to kick in, because when I see these, I'm sensing that there's a little bit of resistance on your part. But then again, this hesitation, it's asking you for a pause, right? Because remember, you're not feeling safe. And how can you move forward with something when your sense of safety isn't grounded? Right? Let's see. In the near future. Wow. You're coming through as leaving something behind. Moving on, or at least trying to move on from something that caused some kind of disappointment. So could it mean that if this is the near future and this is you right now, could it be that this is alerting you? Could it be that somebody's behavior, pause? This person could even be quiet. They could be not taking action, not really responding to you. There could be no contact, little contact. And if there is, it's making you feel unsafe. Like there's something off with the picture. If it's their silence, then I'm sensing that somebody's timing is a little off, right? But I don't see that this is random either. No, it's not random. It's more like alignment, because when I look at these together, something is saying you need to pause right now, right? But another part of you is like, wait, am I just overthinking? Am I just, are you letting your fears, doubts, insecurities? I feel like they might be real. Because remember, the devil is very tempting right now. Whenever there's a lot of passion, whenever there's a lot of attraction, flirtatious energy, you don't really think with your head. I don't blame you, right? You want to be in the moment, enjoying the moment. Now, let's start clarifying, because this is getting very intense already. These energies throughout these weeks have been very intense, because I'm telling you, there's timelines that are shifting. All right, let's clarify you first. You could be dealing with a Cancer. It doesn't have to be, whatever other sign this is, but yep, I see that you are not comfortable moving forward. Right now, a part of you is your fears, right? Creeping in. But your inner voice, your soul, is speaking directly to you. And the reason why you're feeling a discomfort and uneasy energy it's begging for truth. Okay? And sometimes that truth can burn. Right? And that's where honesty comes in. You being honest with yourself. Do you keep swallowing it? The words that you want to say? The questions that you want to ask? Do you keep hiding the fact that you are feeling a sense of discomfort? Because remember, you are very intuitive. Now, I see that you're not feeling fully fulfilled right now. Sure, right now, the fun is there. There's some progress seemingly there. There's that vision of this could have the potential for union or potential for happiness, for potential for success, right? Whether it's love, career, anything else. The potential is there. The spark is there. But remember, if you're not cautious with that spark, it can burn things down. And I see you in the near future disappointed that something hasn't turned out in the way that you're envisioning it. Could it be that someone is trying to move things along more quickly than normal just so that you don't catch on to something, right? It's what I'm sensing here. Because again, I cannot unsee the fact that right now you are not feeling fulfilled. On the surface, sure, there's something there, but beneath the surface, you're not truly happy. You know that there's a missing piece here. Okay? And do you remember at the beginning of the reading I said, I feel like this is something karmic? Confirmation. Could be a Libra, doesn't have to be, whatever sign this is, but this is for sure something karmic, because when I look at these together, right, I'm definitely seeing that there is some unfairness. Okay, there's something here where you're already sensing that there's some unfairness. And energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. The ones who lie are people themselves, right? Because if someone's behavior here is looking shifty, out of the ordinary, kind of, it comes with codes, in codes, they don't give you a proper response or just no response at all if there's no contact for some of you, you know that there is some kind of unfairness and imbalance. And yes, this is some kind of karmic turning point. It's like you're at a crossroads, right? A karmic crossroads. Which way do you go? Two doors are opening. Or is one opening and the other one is closing because they're both moving still, right? One is the illusion and the other one is the fog. The fog that is trying to, remember the fireball? Doesn't let you see once it's thrown your way because it's blinding. Let's see. Let's clarify this outside energy. See what's going on there. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I see that they are standing on the sidelines. No wonder. It's almost as if you intuitively know that they're not fully in. I don't see that they're fully in. I see that they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Look at that. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Sure, there's interest. Like, let me explore this, right? Let's see how this goes. But they also have their own doubts. Whether those doubts come from their own insecurities, their own trauma, unhealed trauma, or do they come from you? Because I'm already seeing a mirror effect, right? If you're feeling unsteady, unstable, like you're not safe, but they're showing up just the same, Could it be that this is the sign that you have been asking for? Right? But once it happens, you focus more so on the discomfort, the pain of that situation not moving in the direction that you want, rather than going back to your question, right? Because there's something here where you're asking something beneath the surface. You're asking the universe, right? Give me a sign. And then once the sign comes in, someone takes a step back, or they're a little kind of unsure, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, giving you mixed signals. You place your emphasis more on that than on your actual question and the answer part of it. Make sense? I feel like that's exactly what the trap is. Because there's a part of you that once that happens, once this person's situation starts to kind of give you those mixed signals, instead of you saying, okay, is this, you know, like, is this something that I should, like, take it as it comes, right? Or should I question it even more? Now, I see that there's also, for some of you, there could be a third party. Okay? Just for some, not for all of you. If there isn't a third party, then this just means that this person, it's difficult for them to really go into the situation deeper. You know, they like the fun aspect of it. They like the passion when things are fun. Maybe you guys travel together. But then once you guys get back home, it's like, okay, yeah, so we'll catch up later. Right? And what happened to all the plans and all the fun and, you know, all the passion and all the ecstasy? And were you just building castles in the sky? Because there's a sense here where this person is kind of giving vibes of superficial energy. But here's a twist. At the bottom of the deck, they're coming through as wanting actually something very real and very serious. So could this be their own fear? Their own fear of opening up. Their own fear of getting hurt. Because this would not be showing up otherwise, right? The happy family, the happy home, the emotions there, the love, success. But then why are you walking away in the near future? And we still haven't clarified this outside energy. In the near future, this outside energy, they're coming through dismissing you. Dismissing your offer, ignoring you, neglecting you. And not ready. Not as ready as right now you feel they are. But again, I cannot unsee the 10 of Cups. And they're showing up with even more cups. Which means that in the near future, you will be making a decision if this unfolds in this manner, right? Because anything can shift. We're going to clarify. I see you making a decision in the near future based on overthinking, based on your mind. Are you wrong to do that? And they're coming through in the near future with a lot of emotion. But yet, why would they be ignoring you? creating a missed opportunity for something deeper. I sense that this person is hiding the truth. They are hiding some truth because they're not exactly ignoring you. In fact, they're not even looking at you in the near future. Are they afraid to see you for what you represent in their life, or potentially can represent in their life? Because I see them looking down, sad, apathetic, not happy. And they're focused in on the memories, on their failed experiences, on things that never worked out for them. And so there's this vibe here of mirroring, right? Because in the near future, they mirror you right now. In the near future, this person's looking down at the experiences and saying, "Yeah, this is too good to be true." It's kind of like they don't feel that they deserve happiness. They don't feel that they can indeed be successful. So why even try? And you're over here taking it very personally. Like, sad. Oh my God, they rejected you. They didn't acknowledge you. Maybe you feel like, they did something. But when I look at these two together, it's interesting because what this is saying is that there's a part of you that is not using your intuition to look at the situation more deeply. Okay? More deeply, because this decision that's still hanging in the air has to do with something that will bring you that sense of stability, security, happiness, joy, fulfillment, right? For some of you guys, it's a stable connection. For others, it's a stable situation other than love. But you're too focused on the illusion. And it's the illusion that is playing with your mind. Right? It's like you haven't yet grounded the situation. And I feel like this came up recently in your mid-monthly. If you want to watch the mid-monthly, I've linked it down below. But the reason why I mention that is because this mirror that I see between you and this outside energy, it's less about them and more about you right now. But I feel that there's a part of you that's avoiding it. You're avoiding it because there's a sense here where it's kind of like right now you're wanting to sort of rescue this person. It's, the intuition I talked about. It's like you can feel them deeply at times and it confuses you. You don't know if those emotions are yours or theirs. And what I'm sensing here is that a lot of times, especially right now, you are wanting to rescue them in a sense, save them or help them in some kind of way. But it looks like by doing that, you're jeopardizing the potential in the near future. Make sense? And it's difficult for you to not do that right now. Even though the signs are already there because you're feeling the discomfort. Because remember, this outside energy it's very difficult for them to self-reflect. It's very difficult for them to go into introspection and do the healing, right? And so if you're the one, whether you're doing this consciously or unconsciously, for most of you guys, doing the healing for them, making things comfortable for them so that they can stay, or so the situation can stay the way that it is, even though it's already toxic or about to turn toxic. I feel like it's already toxic, right? Then are you robbing them from finding their own gift within them, right? Which is the healing. Because if you're the one who's trying to make sure that it stays the way that for you on the surface kind of feels a little steady, like there's passion there, there's some kind of spark there, right? It's like you're just doing it for the illusion, you know? Because it's difficult for you to actually do what you know you have to do instead, which would bring in the potential healing, right? Can this person actually, would they actually heal if you actually were to face your own truth and have them face theirs? This is daring you to speak. It's daring you to call things out, and it's daring you to, more than anything else, see the trap within this cycle. This is going to get even deeper. We're literally just scratching the surface on this one. I could feel it. We're going to move into the extended now, okay? But we're going to clarify all that because I do feel like their heart is stirring. You know, they're showing up with emotions. We saw the Ten of Cups earlier, and that's not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence, but neither is this. That makes it even more complicated because I do see that there's a bond that is shifting. This is definitely karmic, but you have not yet passed that karmic test. This connection has a potential to go to greater highs, right? But it's almost as if you are perpetuating the karma by keeping this going. You know? And what I feel here is that there's something that they're not saying, because why do they keep backing off, hiding, right? What are they hiding? 1 foot in, 1 foot out, giving you mixed signals. That's the person in a situation and an outside energy that they've got something that they're not saying, they're not showing you, but you're already feeling it. And it's going to come up to the surface for sure because the ground is already cracking open. So let's go ahead and see because, yeah, this is very intense. Gosh. Confirmation. But, I mean, it makes it so complicated. This test exam is not easy. And, you know, I feel that the reason why it's not easy right now is because you were supposed to already make that decision a while ago. Right? So, you have your guided. My spirit guides are helping assist in this divine connection and I'm gaining a new insight. So, see these two little birds on the side? And then there's that rose in the middle. That rose was once closed, like a little rose bud. And this is the guiding light above. There's a guiding light that is bringing the two of you together. It's something karmic. But first you have to heal the karma part of it. That's why it's so difficult. Because you both feel it. They hide it, you deny it, right? The karma. And that's not the way that things should be. So yes, you will feel that your spirit guides are going to help you, assist you in this divine connection, but it requires a new way of seeing them, a new way of seeing the situation, right? Not just focusing in on the illusion aspect, because that's not taking you anywhere good. The potential is there. We're going to move into the extended, okay? But yeah, we're going to clarify this, and then we're also going to go into this person's deeper subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings, emotions for you, their next moves, actions towards you, how the situation is all going to turn out and unfold for you, what will be the final result, and we will end the reading with any messages from spirit. So if you want to check that out, the link to the extended is down in the description box below, and you can also find it in the first comment that I've pinned down there. Make sure that also you watch your mid-monthly readings, which the links are down below as well, and also if you want to book a personal reading, you can also find the links down there to the personal readings. And stay tuned, because I do have an amazing offer from Psychic Source. If you are interested, stay tuned, because it's a great offer for you guys. For now, I'll see you in the extended. I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Psychic Source. They've been around for over 35 years, and they are one of the most trusted psychic services out there. Now, you all know that I do readings myself. And honestly, I was very curious to know. So I went ahead and I called one of their advisors just to get some clarity. And yes, it did help me confirm what I already knew within me. Because you are my loyal viewers, they're offering you 40 minutes for only $19.80. That's literally less than $20, you guys. And during the 40 minutes, you can connect with as many advisors as you want. This way you can have different perspectives from different advisors. So if you want to try this out, just click on the first link that's down in the description box below. Or you can visit trypsychicsource.com/Gena Moon. Make sure that you spell my name correctly, because that is your code. Gena Moon. A big thank you to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below.